Welcome to Crypt Theory, where we go over the unknown, the supernatural, and the dark mysteries of the real world. Let's get into it. Alright, so today we're staying in the deep ocean. We ain't going nowhere because we talking about a big shark, aka the Megalodon, which is very interesting, to say the least, because this is a mix of a cryptid and a possible dinosaur in a way. But let's get into the good stuff. The stuff y'all came here for. Um, the Megalodon, scientifically known as the Atodus Megalodon, one of probably the easiest scientific names to ever go. Prehistoric shark. Roamed the oceans approximately 23 to 3.6 million years ago. So that is huge difference. That's a 20 million year time span, pretty much, for possibility, or a 20 million year time span. During the early Miocene to the Pliocene epochs, it names derived from Greek means big tooth, and for good reason, dude. The teeth that they're said to be megalodon teeth are actually insanely huge. The behemoth estimated lengths up to 60 or more feet, which that is huge. Not as big as the Kraken, but that is a huge shark. Anyways, to put that in perspective for how big this thing actually was projected to be, three great whites, three of your average great whites, about your average city bus and a half. It had massive jaws. Scientists say it could exert a bite force 40,000 pounds per square inch, which is insane. Capable of crushing bones of the largest prehistoric whale type creatures, which interesting. That means it very much it would have been able to do anything. Fossil evidence of Megs, primarily from ginormous teeth, which can reach over 7 inches, which is huge for teeth. Found all over the world. Had variety of meat. That means variety of different environments it could live in. Big question is, can it be still alive in deeper parts of the ocean today? Well, it's consensus from scientists, it probably went extinct 3.6 million years ago. Various factors likely contributed to its extinction, including climate change, declining food sources, competition with other predators like the great white, which I think is the interesting fact of it was a competitor with the great white. Comparing it would be 3 great whites compared to this thing, so that's odd to see. It would be a predator to instead of being a predator of instead of being a predator to the great white. Despite scientific consensus, idea of a surviving Meg has captured public imagination. For sure, I believe it's actually absolutely still possible. I don't put anything to the test until it's confirmed. As I said last episode, you're not gonna know ever really until it's been out there, because the same thing with the Kraken could be real. It's just been pushed so far deep that we can't find it, or we can't get enough evidence of saying this is 100% extinct or not real. Yeah, as a lot of cryptids go, number of sightings, alleged sightings, giant sharks. A majority of those turned out to be just bigger than normal great whites, but bigger than your average great white. Um, One of the earliest reports comes from the early 20th century. In 1918, Australian naturalist David Steed documented the account of a local fisherman who claimed to have seen a giant shark in their fishing grounds. The fisherman described the creature that dwarfed their 35-foot boat, fitting the description of a Megalodon. So that's pretty much saying I have a 35-foot boat and there was a shark bigger than it around there, and I saw it. Very interesting of saying, but that's a huge shark. I don't know how long a great white can get. I'm checking that right now, but that I don't think that would be possible for a great white. I don't think it's because your great white on the biggest great white sharks can only get up to 20 feet. That's an extra 15 feet long, and that's not possible for a great white shark. Which, and because your average is 15 to 16 for females and then 11 to 13 for males, and it's impossible, or they've just saw the biggest great white shark recorded ever in history even today. That's concerning. That's an actually possible sighting and not a great white. 1947, Captain Robert R. Clark of the British Royal Navy reported seeing a gigantic shark off the coast of South Africa. According to Clark, the shark was over 60 foot long, much larger than any known species at the time. These accounts are intriguing, but remain anecdotal and lack of concrete evidence. So they don't have a picture of it. They don't have anything really all that important. They don't have anything concrete. They don't have anything strong. It would be comparable to the Bigfoot case of not being able to have enough strong enough evidence to prove it's real. 1990s. Reports of black demon sharks off the coast of Mexico's Baja California Peninsula added fuel to the debate. Witnesses described mass dark-colored shark, some estimated to be 50, 60 feet long. However, no physical evidence have been found to support these claims. It is in the 90s, so cameras are more prevalent. More people were carrying them around as a normal day-to-day basis, and that means, especially on a beach setting, which means not having this is very, very interesting of not being able to take a photo, and using the term black demon is very interesting to describe a shark type or shark creature in the water. And how they saw it, I don't think the water would be deep enough for something that huge to be under that water if it's off the shore, right off the shore, not barring like it having a deep sandbar right off rip. I don't think it would be able to. Maybe the water made it look way longer than it actually was, which is a big possibility in that case right there. Let's go back a little bit to the 1960s. One of the most famous pieces of portrayed evidence, a photograph known as the 1960s Megalodon submarine photo. Alleged image allegedly taken off a submarine off the coast of South Africa, which means a big part of this has been sighted off of South Africa, and off the coast of Mexico. So that's interesting to see it there. A large shadow resembling a giant shark. However, the authenticity of the photograph widely disputed. It could be a case of misidentification or hoax, which either one wouldn't be surprising because at the time it's the 1960s. It's very interesting. So this thing could still be alive, very much so. As I can compare to the Kraken video, it's as time goes on and as people go through the water, it'll slowly push creatures on the higher levels to the lower levels of the ocean, the more pressurized levels and more dark areas. And it's completely possible that Meg's still alive. It's just so deep down in the water, we haven't been able to get as deep as that thing has been pushed down, and how many there are, and how are we gonna find it? Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see on that one, and let scientists do their thing. It's possibility it truly is intriguing. There are significant challenges to the idea of it living. For such a large predator, it would have to have so immense amount of food, which would likely bring it to the surface more often. But as I said earlier, we don't know what's down there, so it could be feasting on giant squids, for all we know. There's no credible evidence, such as recent teeth and carcasses have ever been found. No credible evidence as something washing up the shore. Teeth have really ever been found. This shark in particular does continue to inspire scientific inquiry and public interest. In the recent years, advanced technology has allowed researchers to explore the ocean in greater detail using tools like remotely rovers, pretty much, with cameras and underwater drones and all that good stuff. Explanations yet to uncover living megs. They have provided value insights into how deep sea ecosystems and creatures that inhabit it. The search for the megalodon, whether driven by science, folklore, reminds us vast unknowns that how the ocean actually is. So as the Meg is still the Megalodon was real and terrifying predator that dominated the ocean millions of years ago. Can still be alive. It could be possibly ruling it could be like the king of like the deep dark or what have you. It suggests that a strong evidence that any evidence we have on it has strongly suggested against it. That is it is instinct that it has lived though. Legend of the Megalodon still lives on, capturing imagination. There's been a movie on it, as the movie is called The Meg, and driving us to explore how mysteries of the true deep and dark. I'm gonna wrap this up here. I hope you enjoyed getting into the Megalodon a little bit. Just talking about it a little bit, not going into real depth in this one. But next time, we will be staying with the water, but we're going to go more lakeside while we step out of the sea and go into the lake to go see the Loch Ness Monster or Big Nessie. I will see you guys next time. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell while you're down there. Posting videos every day, the whole summer. Look out for that, and I hope you have a great one. I will see you in the next one.